There's a thought on my mind. Isn't that where the word hypocrite comes in? He tells people, make sure you don't get fucked on car deals, and now it's possible that's exactly what's happening to you.
That's not what a hypocrite means.
No, because I didn't sign any papers, you fucking idiot.
No, you're both dumb. That's not what hypocrite means. No.
Okay, sorry.
And that's not what that
Not
means.
the word. You do it.
Hold on. So you think if your mom tells you, hey, be careful outside, don't slip, and you're like, okay, but then your mom goes out and gets hit by a car, you're like, haha, you fucking hypocrite.
I'm not gonna lie to you. People have been criticizing me lately because I don't know the meaning of the word. I thought it means you say something, but you do the opposite, right?
Yes, but
I hate smoking. I hate bad for lungs. Then you see me smoke a cigarette.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but that's a different
scenario than the one you described.
Okay, fine. So the
No,
people
that's something that you do, not something that happens to you. If it happens to you, you're not. Okay, I'll give you an example right now.
Go ahead.
Are you against rape?
Of course.
Okay, you are, right? Yes. If six...
Can you speak into the microphone, please, you goddamn lunatic?
If 6 grown men pin you down and rape you, are you now a hypocrite?
Okay, so my logic is a little off. Right?
I hope to God.
Today, there's an equivalent of half a brain cell functioning in the entire room.
Oh, and it's mine.
Fine. What will be the most appropriate word you would attach to that?
Can you speak into the microphone? He's recording the guy, man.
Oh.
Yeah, put your headphones on.
Yeah, just
so here's
we
the
started
thing.
off like
the
this.
most appropriate word that I can use to describe that.
That's something, but you know what he says and what he does are not the same.
That's not what happened. It's not what he says. It's what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's not what he does. So you don't understand what hypocrite means. Hypocrite means for you to say that you're not going to do something, and then you do it. For example, I'm not going to smoke. You choose to smoke, right? Mm-hmm. And then you actually really smoke.
That's a good
hypocrite.
example, right?
Yes. But
Prior
you
example
saying,
doesn't fall into that
I would like to live till I'm 70, and then you get shot in the head when you're 30, people aren't going to be like, look, it's fucking hypocrite. He says he's going to live till he's 70. That's not what, because that's
not
out of
an
your
example,
control.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, I haven't gotten fucked over yet because I haven't signed anything.
But even you getting fucked over, that doesn't make you a hypocrite. You got fucked over. It's not the same.
Right,
well, there's an attempt to fuck me over, so I gotta go.
A hypocrite would be right now if somebody would to reach out to him on Facebook, obvious Indian man pretending to be a woman, and then he'd be like, you know what? Maybe Adam's right. Let me try this chick. Let me send a couple of dick pics and some Google gift cards. Then he'd be a hypocrite and a dummy.
Or hypocrite is best described as, and like what I think is, let's say you tell someone, no, you're not allowed to do this, but then you turn around and you do it. I think it's more like that.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
like,
it is.
let's say, well, I don't know how to use this as an example.
You don't have to. I mean, people understand what hypocrite. It's just
No, but
it's
just so
Adam.
he can understand. You know, let's say I tell you, hey man, don't, don't put on your headphones during the show. It's unprofessional.
No, that's not hypocrite because you never know.
Yeah,
what.
I know. I'm just trying to find a good example.
A hypocrite, dude, is literally what we just described. Adam,
I
it's
have
very bad to drink coffee. You
Right.
shouldn't drink. People shouldn't be drinking coffee. Coffee's bad for their health. And meanwhile, I'm drinking all the coffee.
I was thinking
That's
of
a
giving you
hypocrite.
my own example, just to let me know if we're on the same page.
We're probably
Man,
not.
I hate the fact that I'm just giving you an example. I hate the fact that marijuana is illegal. You know, it shouldn't be that way.
Why
it should
was
be
this an
illegal. I'm
attack
giving
on
you an
weed all of a
example.
sudden?
And then I see, hey, there's a store. I can't wait until this SQDC store. That's a good example of hypocrite, right?
I don't know how you lost the meaning.
really.
No, it
That's
would
why I
be,
was trying to find an
more of
example.
you telling people don't smoke marijuana, but then they find you at the store buying marijuana.
Okay, I was on the right track.
You're on the right track.
Thank
Or
you.
you're not allowing people to smoke marijuana, but then you smoke. I think it's more
Like the
with-
government does a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Does that make
That's-
sense?
Yeah. Today's lesson has been learned.
I hope to God. Wow.
Okay, welcome. So, how was your how was your week?
Not too bad, actually.
Yeah.
As much as I don't want to sound boring, I might as
That's impossible.
It's in my interest to be truthful. When I hear for X number of employers, okay, we're gonna have, it's all done through the internet, as I'm sure everybody knows. Very rarely do you actually go and present the CV and say, "Here, I'd like to job." So a lot of employers have been saying, "Okay, send us your information," and then sadly we get this, Mr. Adam. We regret to inform you that we are not taking you along as we are moving to the next phase of our interviews. So at the end of the day, I call it a game. If you want to call it something else, that's up to you.
Hey,
Do you have
this
any
is-
theories as to why you're getting left behind?
Yes, I do actually. I'm not applying for the right kinds of. Okay, I'll explain that. There was a time that I was applying for a lot of office jobs, and as you guys know from prior podcasts, I haven't worked that kind of job since my father passed away, which is like going on 7 years. So it's when people see, well, what did the guy do in the last 7 years? Oh, he did something else. He worked in a warehouse. Well, we don't. That doesn't seem to fit the profile of somebody we're looking for.
So, like, what are some of these jobs that
office manager, assistant this, a controller.
How would you manage an office? You can't manage your life. You live in a boiler room.
I think
Isn't it a
that's
little-
open to debate.
Which part is open to debate?
Okay, so there's this thing called relearning what I used to know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, if
I
we
think
can
you need
try
to-
our best
no,
not to
hold
start
on.
laughing at
I
it.
You're
think
just
you-
somebody who relearned what he used to know.
I think you need to learn first before
Yeah,
relearning.
If I can please try and implore everyone in this room not to consider this a mockery. My father did have an office and I was his office manager, okay?
Yeah, didn't you run that company to the ground?
The government did that for me.
Because they caught you.
Wait, did you hear what? Hold on. Did you hear how he phrased
The
that?
government did it for me.
Yeah.
Like it was his plan.
That means he was planning.
I
He
was trying to take it down.
He was like, God, I tried everything. I tried to fuck him over. I even got him sick. And then all I had to do was fake a few documents. Next thing you know, the government did it for me.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, government. God damn.
Oh, man.
Bro, Joy Diaz is my spirit animal.
That you can't
No idea
just
who that is.
and
Dude, I was listening to him talk about a story of him banging like a handicapped chick or something.
you're like, I have banged a handicapped child.
No. Just the way, because he was on the podcast with Tom Segura and his wife. What's it called? I forgot.
Your mom's house.
Your mom's house, bro. The way
I like that you freeze on stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know, but he was describing that story, and the way he was describing it was phenomenal, hilarious. I'm like, this man is me in about 30 years, 20 to 30 years, divorced.
He has kids now, no?
Joy Diaz.
Yeah.
I think he always had kids, yeah, but he got
Okay.
divorced or some shit. Like, this was a long time ago though. And
Where are you going with this? Like,
I don't know, but
it's
it
been
was just-
4 minutes. You haven't said anything.
sorry, it just I didn't prepare anything. I didn't have time.
No, but I mean, you had something. You said he's my spirit because, and then
Yeah,
you
why
just start
is your-
freezing.
It's just the way
Like,
it's just the way he talks, the way he describes his sexual adventures.
You
of how
can't
he
describe anything clearly, so you have nothing in common with the guy.
bro. But you
I
know what I
wanted
mean.
to share a
Has
thought.
he achieved the weight you want to achieve? Is that why?
What do you mean?
Like,
Like
what-
heavier? No, I just see myself a lot in him. That's it. It's just that's what I find funny.
I
you see
saw
yourself at least twice in him.
I saw a movie, guys, by the way. I saw a movie, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Did you guys ever see the movie Reservoir Dogs?
I don't know, guys.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Is it new?
No, 1992.
92,
That
so it's
song-
relatively new.
It's. I never said if it's new or old. I'm saying I saw a movie called. Okay, if you guys haven't
Wait,
seen
hold
it,
on.
I'm
You
not.
said it's called Reservoir.
Reservoir, like a, you
Yeah.
know, a tank.
Yeah.
Dogs. That's what
Dogs.
it's called.
Now, hold
Reservoir
on. Before you
Dogs.
continue, I need to know what this is about. Is it a cartoon? Let me
No,
guess.
it's
Is
an
it a
action
cartoon
movie.
about cartoon dogs?
It's an action movie.
The dogs are they black guys like the homies?
There's no dogs in it.
There's no dogs.
Ray
in-
Liotta plays in it. That's the only actor that I know.
Ray Liotta.
Yes.
Is he a young whippersnapper? Is he a new actor, like known? How is he?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'll give you the gist of it. It's a guys who do who rob a
Convenience store.
They rob a jewelry store, and the whole debate about was there a rat among the gang. There's about 5 or 6 people. It's just not logical. Okay, you'd have to see it to have a discussion.
I'm
about
never
it, but
gonna
it's
see
very-
it because it sounds horrible. So this is CGI animation.
No, it's an action movie,
It's an action movie, but
like Ronin, for example. You know, action.
Ronin, the samurai movie.
Okay,
47
Casino
Ronin.
or Casino. That kind
Casino,
of
because
action.
there's no samurais in Casino, but because I know Casino.
Okay,
The-
forget Ronin.
Casino is the documentary about Vegas.
Yes. But
Yeah.
there's action. Yeah. So it's only relegated to one thing. Like I said, a bunch of guys. Okay, there was one scene where the guy, no joke, the 3 cops are following one of the bandits on foot and he
Okay.
shoots them to get rid of He
So
watched
you
movies.
ordered this movie because you
I
like
didn't order
dogs.
it. It's there. Okay, bad example.
Yeah.
There are movies on this service. I don't know what it's called. It's a little bit like Patreon. You know, you order it and you can watch movies on it. Anyway, all I'm saying is,
Worth
don't get me
watching.
wrong, it's not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie.
But some movies you can kind of tell the way they unravel. They're illogical or they're not illogical.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm very specific. I'm more into like Tarantino films. And
It was
things
made
like
by Tarantino.
Really?
Yes.
my agent sent me a thing.
It takes place in Los Angeles.
No way.
You're gonna laugh so much.
Are you serious?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? She goes, "Hello. They are looking for an actor that can play a Greek guy with a strong accent in French." She's basically describing me.
Yeah, 100%.
She goes, for a movie, I'm pretty sure you can do it, but I wanted to make sure the shooting would be end of August. If it works out, they want to. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it. Gotta take those.
It's funny because people act like that's what they do here. They pretend they have my accent in French.
You're just being yourself.
Bonjour tout le monde.
I got a suggestion. If there's any of the fans that are listening that saw that movie, maybe they could tell me if they agree. It's a good movie. I like it, but the logic behind it is very unusual.
But
Yeah.
you said it's called Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs.
Again, I only my thing is I'm very limited. I watch Disney movies and Tarantino films, so I don't really get to see a lot of these like animation.
Oh, it's an action movie like Casino.
It's an action movie
there's
like
no
Casino.
samurais in there. It's an action movie. What do you want me to tell you? Like James Bond, like a whole bunch.
Who wrote it?
I just told you.
Who?
Tarantino.
Oh, that's interesting. I must have missed that on my radar.
Anyway,
You ever
there's
heard
not
of-
much to discuss if you haven't seen it, but
So there's a book that came out, and apparently it was like a bestseller for a while. I don't know if you, King Hames,
I don't know.
the King Hames Bible. Have you ever heard of this?
Why are you not saying Bible?
Well, I don't know how you pronounce it. What am I, a Hames? But the King Hames Bible. You ever read that?
Can we address
No.
that
Very
Adam
popular.
kind of looks like a turtle? Did you ever notice
A
this?
Tortue Ninja?
No, but I
No,
was
no.
thinking about something recently, very close to what you're saying. I think I'm across, but you were talking about what was the description of the penguin you gave me? The penguin who just goes off to the side. You remember? You gave me a description. Can you repeat it? You're saying I'm like the penguin
I
in
don't-
terms of my oddities.
Oh, the penguin in what's those penguins there in the Madagascar?
I'm gonna rock your world.
Yeah.
There's a new Batman animated show on Prime.
Oh.
It's actually made pretty well. But first episode I'm watching, the penguin, it's just a lady. They gender swap the penguin for absolutely no reason. Like that's because equality, women, what they were missing, they're like, why are we not the penguin?
I feel like this hinders equality.
It makes it's just a fat lady with a big nose. Like it's the funniest thing. It's like we need to appease everyone, make the penguin a lady.
So it's basically my ants combined.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's what women were waiting for. Women were waiting for that glass ceiling of being the penguin. I can't wait till men get to be Wonder Woman. It's so stupid.
There was a conclusion I wanted to make based on this
Wonder
penguin.
Woman.
It's spelled the same way, but man is all capitalized and woo is
And there's
lowercase.
a dash in between.
It's a huge bulge.
I think the most appropriate description of me, and I don't remember if it was on the show or not, I'm a cross between someone like Einstein, a nerd, and that penguin, you know? So that I can justify that I'm not crazy. I just have a, listen, people have
That
been telling
description,
me,
though, would beg to differ.
I'm a cross between Einstein and who else?
penguin.
I'm a genius
penguin.
and a penguin at the same time. Is that crazy? Nay, I say nay.
Oh, now he's a horse.
On a serious note, I have
Yeah.
a friend, I won't reveal his identity because he's a
Lies.
very private person. He told me he took
Your
a
life
course
coach.
in CJEP called, no, it's not him. He took a course in CJEP called Logic and Reasoning. I think I might
How
need
logical?
to take that course so that I can be a little bit more on the same page. Okay, people tell me I don't understand how this guy's brain works.
Now, you want to take that course. The real reason is to see if there's any Vancouver hotties.
But wait, there's a,
Do you know
hold
what
on.
I'd like to do?
No comment whatsoever.
You know what I'd like to
Hold
do?
on. There's a course called Logic and Reasoning.
Do you remember the Vancouver girl? Do you remember her full name, first and last?
I'm not going to tell your last name, but her first name was Claire.
No, but you
he
remember it.
remembers.
Yes, I remember.
Would you, Poseidon, would you hate me if I would set up a thing where I fly to Vancouver with Adam to try to find his love?
I would absolutely love it. I would love it if it was filmed. I would watch that. I would
Guys,
pay to watch
the
that
most
shit.
rational answer I like to give you is it would be a waste of time. If
It
somebody
would be-
tells you to leave me alone,
It would
fuck
be
off,
even
I
more
want nothing to
amazing.
do with
It would
you.
be even more amazing if we got her on the
Adam,
podcast.
if me and Poseidon had a nickel between us for every time a woman has told us to fuck off and leave her alone, Poseidon would have like 10 nickels and I'd be broke. So no, that's not going to stop us.
Thank
The
you.
principle is a
Thank
little
you,
bit
asshole.
weird.
Like,
You want the
I thought
honest
you know, I
answer?
thought you were gonna say we would both be rich.
I had a
And then
feeling,
you
but-
just threw me under the bus.
the best in your face, you're like, I'm on board for this. And then you're like, you son of a bitch. but I think it would be a hilarious trip that we could film. And just her reaction to seeing Adam and be like, hey, Claire, Daddy's home.
Oh my god, we have her on the show. She barges in Like, and you put the NWO music.
I have one. Actually, this is where the word trump card comes in. I have one trump card, if you will. Thank goodness she wasn't from Montreal.
Yeah, thank goodness for her.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You mean because she doesn't have to see you again?
Yeah, you know. Okay, guys, since you want me to be truthful and not omit key details, I will be truthful. I saw her on a handful of times since that time. I just ignored her.
Nice. But you went to Vancouver?
No, here. She went to Concord. This was like in our first year, so I still
Do you
saw
think
her.
she still lives here? Or she
Oh, you're
moved
talking
back?
about back then, not
Yes,
recently.
No, back then.
You think she still lives here?
I think I consulted some database. I did research her. She graduated in 2005. If you guys must know.
We did. That was some great. What database?
I think it was the Concordia. I don't remember. Guys, I'm not playing
listen to
games
me.
here. I don't remember.
Listen, before you continue, someone made a very important. Someone made a very important comment.
Yes.
You know every guest that's ever been on Sam Adamo's podcast. You know what they're about. You know all these random things, but you're telling me you do not remember which database you consulted when you were stalking
It
this
had
chick.
something to do with Concordia. Concordia Alumni Association, something like that.
Okay. And in consulting that's what showed you that she moved back?
No. She said, "I'm just here to study."
When did you consult this database?
Well,
15 years ago,
maybe it's been updated. Maybe.
And when did you go to school?
2002 to 2004.
So that was 22 years ago. And
The incident which drove me nuts happened 22 years ago, and me.
I think you were
looking
nuts
around-
before the incident, if we're being honest.
And the incident that drove me nuts. Look at this piece of shit, bro. Sometimes
Her neglect drove me to
And I will
masturbation.
answer what this fan that made that mentioning of all the podcast. I've been watching Sam Adamo's podcast. The guy's he's very wealthy. I don't mean.
By the way,
he's
the
very
only
wealthy in
reason
terms of his
he's not
content.
here today is because you keep eye fucking him.
Yeah.
You make him very uncomfortable.
That's what he said. He said,
You keep staring at his shaved legs.
If I read his text, he said something like, I just need a break. I will come back, but Adam needs to learn that I'm not a piece of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
I have trouble believing that.
You have trouble believing that he's
Oh, yeah?
uncomfortable or that he's a piece of meat? Because
Both.
he's a very sexy man. I have trouble looking away from him too.
I'll be honest, Sam Adamo is a very sexy man. I will admit
Look,
this.
we
as
just
a-
mentioned Sam. I'm hard.
Yeah.
You're hard.
I'm hard.
And he does have very nice legs.
Fine. The uncomfortable part is the focus.
Yes. So here's the thing, Adam. I think we should do a little documentary. You and I, and maybe Poseidon. We head over to the island of Van, and we find your true love, Claire. There's two things. There's two scenarios. This is how it could play out. Number one, she's like, "Oh my God, the biggest mistake of my life."
Is reoccurring.
No, I can rectify it right now. This is the man I
from her
should be
point.
with.
Oh.
I should have never called the cops on him. I should have never called him repulsive. I should have never spat on him. Let's make this work. Or, how did you find me? I'm calling the cops. Either way, comedy gold.
Yeah, you have a point. How convenient. There's this thing called money, which I don't have a lot of, that will cost the trip and everything. How
Well,
convenient.
if this happens, we're going to book the trip for you, you weasel, and you're going to get to do your favorite
Yeah.
activity, which is fly around the country.
Yeah, you won't
free.
have to blow somebody at a gas station. To
And
get to
unlike your
Vancouver.
Toronto affair, you won't have to drive there and fly back. You're going to fly there and back.
Yeah. And I texted him, tomorrow, can you make it? And he goes, Adam scares me. I'm telling you got to stop eye fucking the guy.
You gotta,
bro.
and I know it's hard. I mean,
know it's
I
hard.
get it.
I've called them the handsome Persian man in my phone for
He's
a
not
reason.
even Persian, but he's so handsome.
But
he
he
might
looks
as well be.
he looks like a handsome Persian man.
Yeah.
You know those Persian princes with
Yeah.
the like beard on fleek and shit.
You know what I find rather interesting? I'm going to be 1,000,000% honest with the people in this room. I like it when Sam is here.
Oh, I like it
because
too.
I find that he's more open-minded in terms of the way he interprets my thoughts. You guys are like, look, no offense or anything, but you guys have this tendency to corner me. I can't believe it. Sam at least is open-minded. Sam is like,
You're probably wondering why I'm saying that Sam is open-minded when he's not here, but when he is here, I tell him to go fuck
Regardless.
himself.
Yeah, it's true. Last episode, you just fucking
You railed on him.
yeah.
I don't know why you guys are saying that.
Are you saying open-minded, but really you want his legs to open?
So here's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
We go to Van, but we have to find out that she's there.
Yeah.
We videotape her. And we let her know, we go, we got someone special. Want to see? She's like, oh my God. And then her reaction. She sees Adam. Priceless.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is a very
Have you
good
guys
idea.
ever heard the words err on the side of caution? What you're doing
What the
is
fuck did you just say?
Do you speak English or not? Err on the side of caution. Do things that won't warrant getting you in trouble.
First of all, look at me in the fucking eyes. You're gonna apologize for the way you spoke to me right now, or I'm gonna kick you the fuck out of the studio.
Fine, I was a little harsh. I
apologize right now.
Calm down. You haven't apologized to him, and you've destroyed him.
I don't give a fuck.
Adam, how did that happen? I've never seen you scold someone like that. That was crazy. That was like an instinct. You were like an angry dad right there. You're like, listen here, you little shit. You're not gonna piss in the living room. That was crazy.
But you do realize you didn't say the words properly.
Okay. Let's go back to very layman's terms. When someone says it would be a good idea to err on the side of caution.
Yes.
Okay, layman's terms. Your license is suspended, you gotten too many tickets. Are you gonna drive and get pulled over and then get your car towed? No. Are you going to err on the side of caution and approach someone who's told you to leave them alone? They don't want anything to do with you? I'm using layman's terms examples here, okay? Erring on the side of caution, is that something that you need an advanced knowledge of to understand? The fact that you're not saying obviously means, you know, we have a lack of ability to communicate here.
But lack of ability to communicate with you. Well, that happened. What else has been happening? People are freaking out over Kamala Harris or some shit.
What would she do this time?
I don't know.
Kamala Harris, the only person that finds the middle of your sentence hilarious before you get anywhere. It's like, so welcome to the She's fucking insane, bro.
You know what I would love to know? As common sense implies, you don't just, I don't know, you're a company executive, or it's rare. You're a company executive and now, hey, let's become US president. She was a senator. She worked at lower levels. How did she make it as far as she did? If people criticize her.
She did what you did at gas stations.
Yeah. She actually did, yeah. She did blow a lot of people, but you know what? More power to her, because a lot of people have gotten up by blowing people. Yeah. The funny thing that happened now is that the Democrats hated her. The second Biden backed out, they're like, oh no, actually, we always loved her. Because they realized like, oh shit, we're fucked. And now they've changed everything. They're trying to change. They're basically, this is propaganda. They're putting it like, Kamala Harris, she's our mom, she's everyone's. And she's out there saying her stupid shit. Have you heard this?
Harris?
Have you heard the stuff she's been saying?
You were talking about countries in Europe and continents.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
She's like, Ukraine is in Europe. Europe is a continent full of countries, and countries are made up of people, and people should be respected. And
no way, that's how that works?
Bro,
I never knew.
She talks like those pageant girls. Remember the
Yeah.
That's how she talks. This is just a dummy.
God damn.
Her and Biden, and she just laughs it's a fake laugh. It's a cackle. Every 2 seconds about anything. The sentence hasn't finished. Like, I got a good joke for you, Kamala. So listen. Amazing, Jimmy. Like a witch. Ugh.
God damn.
Yeah. If you make Trump look like just a regular dude,
yeah,
you know there's a problem.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's so irregular. He's so spicy. If you make him look like right now he looks like a normal old guy. You're like, this guy seems like a normal, reasonable old man.
But I think he's calmed down a little bit ever since the assassination.
I think so too. I heard him talking with Elon yesterday.
Yeah.
It does sound like the stuff he said was more, but the way he described, I was listening, I was at dinner and I had my earpiece on, and he's like, look at this fucking idiot Biden. He goes, this fucking idiot. He goes, I was talking to Putin before. I told him, I know you have your eye on the Ukraine. You don't fucking do nothing. We're going to bomb the shit out of you. Then this fucking pussy comes in and no one's scared of him. He lets him know. I was dying. I was like, fuck, because everything he's saying is right.
It's 100% true. You need, especially when a country like that.
You need a strong leader.
You need a very strong leader. Otherwise, the world is going to fuck around, because you have to understand, America's at the top for everything.
Yeah.
America's, one fighter jet from America could probably topple countries. Yeah. Numerous countries.
Including this one, right? The one we're in.
Keep going, Poseidon.
So because you're at the top, if you have weak leadership, a lot of people are going to come for you. A lot. Because the truth is, the leaders of the United States of America have made a lot of enemies over the years.
I mean, yeah, for everyone.
So because they've made a lot of enemies, as soon as they feel a bit of weakness, the wolves, they come in. You know what I mean? So you can't on a country like this. Because the UK, the United Kingdom, used to have that massive empire at some point. And at some point, I remember I was like watching YouTube videos, reading some stuff online. It did do some fucked up shit. But then apparently, for a couple of years, it became a very benevolent empire.
Benevolent.
So I'll explain to you why. is because they became very like all the wars had subdued, they had conquered everything, and then they just maintained the peace. So even if you were part of the British Empire at the time, piracy had dropped to an all-time low because, like, if you were a British colony, like, there was no fucking around. They wanted to keep, their interests alive. So even if there was no more piracy attacking those countries, like, there was a big moment of peace. So you need a country like this that has this much power over the world. You need a strong leader, and you need a leader that's much more peaceful and that actually looks out protecting other countries. Like when there's
so this is getting convoluted, but
you get where I'm at. You get where I'm going.
You
with
lost me a little bit, but I kind of get the feeling.
Yeah.
But I'll show you why it's important to be. So people were talking about it. It resurfaced again recently, Adam. How Trump negotiated with the Taliban. It was like, because remember when they left
to negotiate with the Taliban. Trump had him in the White House, and he came in and he said, look, we want to get out of Afghanistan. But if a single American dies in the process, I'm going to kill you. And the translators looked at him and were like, what? And he said, no, tell them. So they translated perfectly to them. And then he pulled out of his pocket a satellite image of his Taliban negotiators' homes and handed them to him and walked out of the room.
And he left the room, bro.
That's pretty cool.
That is, except for the fact that that they wasn't their houses. Like, that would have been pimp as shit. But then it turns out after the fact, the negotiators walked out and laughed because it wasn't their houses.
There's a pineapple house.
Yeah. I don't like
Wait, so it wasn't their house?
He just sent them random houses of Afghani houses.
Are
He
you
goes, I'm going to
serious?
bomb your houses.
So we're making something serious into something comic.
Wait, because
The serious part is the fact that he didn't. He said if any American, he said if his exact words were, if a single hair on an American is hurt while we're coming out, I'm gonna bomb your houses. And they sent them pictures, but they were pictures of like not those specific houses, just pictures of Afghani houses. So they were like, wait, is he gonna just bomb all of Afghanistan?
But hold on. I've been hearing the story on the opposite side of the spectrum. I've been hearing that as like it was their house.
Oh, it might have been their houses, and we're just joking now. It might have been.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But
the moral of the story is they took him seriously.
Yeah.
No, the moral of the story is you have to say shit like that. Like, you have to say shit like that if you're the president of the strongest country on the planet.
There are certain people that respond more to the whip than kindness. That's the sad reality of the world. Some people need to be. They need to have somebody rough with them in order for them to fall in line. Some people don't. Like me, I need some resistance in life. I can't have people being too soft with me. You know what I mean? I need somebody to be like, hey, don't fuck around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all kind of need that. We're all a little bit different. Some people, it's with love and kindness. But if you treat me too sweet, I feel like I won't take you too seriously. There are some people like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Pantelis, I wanted to
He
ask
didn't
you.
give a fuck about what I said.
Yes, you have to be hard. You have to be hard. If you're too sweet, it's not good.
You gotta be hard, baby.
Yeah, like you. You're always hard, huh?
I'm hard for
But
you.
you're hard on the wrong people.
Yeah, you're hard. Sometimes you're hard in the wrong people.
Pantelis, I wanted to know. Yes, it's a well-known fact that poor what's his name, Joe Biden is sadly senile, and that he can't
Sadly.
do his job properly. I was wondering what you thought of him before when he was of a normal state of mind.
I don't know what everyone thought. He's a low IQ racist.
Okay.
That's all he was.
Did you see the disappointment in his face when you said that? Low IQ racist.
You thought he's a high IQ racist? I don't understand.
Because you didn't see his face.
Everything you said, I don't know. Okay,
Dude, when you said, hold on, Adam. When you said that, he went. That's the face he did.
Yeah, the guy. So Adam, I know that it's hard for you to disagree with the man that said we shouldn't mix whites and blacks in the same school because that would cause white kids to be part of a racial jungle, and that black
didn't know he
men
said
are
that.
super predators.
Yeah.
I know that you love what he said and that you're upset with me calling him out for being a racist, but he is a super racist who hated black people. And
That's not good. That is not good in my books.
Willie, because the face you made when I called him out is the opposite.
Never mind.
That is not good in my books. Yeah, the face you made it seem like, wow, we're fucking criticizing racists now. Woohoo, he hates a few black people. Like, that's a face you made.
Yeah.
What else happened in the world? I've been a little bit busy. What else? What else has happened in the world? You, Adam. So you had an uneventful week, just interviews and stuff, and you weren't accepted. Maybe try applying
Pretty much.
Maybe try applying for things that are I told you to go to apply for stuff that'll take you right away and blah, blah, blah. You know?
Yeah, you did.
Are you talking about gas stations?
Yeah, exactly. That can, I think that would be more helpful.
The closest I got to was the Metro grocery store. Like I even remember they're like, I think if
What
my
would you
memory,
do there?
Okay, let me. I used to do this before, bagging groceries. There was this. I think you guys remember that. I think you guys vaguely remember that story about this agency that helped me find different jobs. And I remember one of the things they posted was work at that grocery store. Anyway, it had nothing to do with that. I just happened.
Hold
to
on, you
notice.
need an agency to find you a job at a grocery
It
store?
just so happened that the agency, that was one of the things that they said, right? And just by chance, I didn't go through the agency this time. I called the place and they said, yeah, we're looking for people. And then by the time I you know how it is, you put your through the internet, you get out your CV to the head office. They did nothing. So I called them directly and they said, no, we've already hired internally. So that's the closest I went to actually, going out on my own and doing my own digging.
What?
I found out about Metro Groceries through the agency by chance. I didn't deal with the agency.
So before the agency, you never knew they existed?
That's that's not what. That's nothing to do with anything.
Of course, it
I
has
just found
everything
out
to do-
through
so
the
you
agency that they at one point were looking for workers, and they
So
confirmed that
you
to
thought
me.
before the agency, you thought this is a business. It doesn't need workers to run.
An availability, a demand. They could be full, right?
But how would you know that?
So hold on. I contacted them. Wait, there's a sequence of events. I went to the head office. I applied to. When you make applications, you make it to the head office, right? They give you 1,000 different. Do you want to work? Do you want to work in the warehouse? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Nothing, right? They never. So I went directly to the grocery store and said, "Do you guys need workers?" Right?
I think you should just walk into every place like grocery stores and stuff like that and be like, hey guys, I'm severely autistic. I'm looking for a job. Do you think that would work, P?
No.
No, huh?
Sadly,
Because they hide. The thing is, I go to grocery stores and I see they do have those hires where, they're a bit like Adam.
yeah.
So they can hire Adam. The only thing is, he might try like a scam on them or something.
Adam, are you going to try a scam on your new employers?
Of course not.
Adam, I have a big question for you. Do you or do you not have this week's top 5.5?
I do.
Last week it didn't even end. We didn't even have a full top 5.5.
Oh, yeah, it's true, huh? It just ended weirdly. Every time when I reach over, I think of the painting, the God and Adam, the finger.
This week's top 5.5. How to make a name for yourself, both good and bad.
Oh, this should be interesting, actually.
Number 5. Not to run out of money when taking trips, as has been a common recurrence for Adam.
Pretty self-explanatory. We
Because
talked about this
made
very recently.
I'm sure he's made a great name for himself at the gas station.
It's fucking Gluck Gluck 3000 over there.
The only defense I have, and I think it's a viable defense, is that these are all
Cocktail's
events
good.
happened in 2003, 2011, 2000. You know what I mean? It's not like. Unfortunately, I'm being chastised for events that happened such a long time ago. Oh no!
No, you're not
What
being
a-
chastised. We just find it funny.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right, well, that's all he's saying about that one. Number 4. When I was a valet driver, if you've been accused of causing accidents on 3 cars which you parked, don't give the boss $600 as a condition so that if you don't abide by that wish, then he will no longer continue to pay you your salary. That is a convoluted, odd sentence.
It is, but I have to make sure I get all the facts in there.
Yeah, that's not
And
how
we
you-
talked
that's
about
not
on
how
the
you-
podcast.
Yeah, that's not
Let
you
me
right. Like
refresh
this
your
says
memory.
nothing to no one. That's
So
just
wait.
a series of retard words.
You crashed 3 cars.
Allegedly. I remember. Well, wait.
Allegedly.
I have to dig into my memory bank.
Dig.
I remember.
I remember.
No, I don't know how it came up. I don't know how it came up. For unknown reasons, my boss approaches me and he said, "What's with the scratch on the side here? Were you driving the car?" I don't know where his allegations came from now that I think about it, okay? At the end of the day, he said, "Adam,
That's
you
a
give me
lie.
$600." And you, Pantelis, the smart person, said, "Unless you have a contract, that doesn't work that way."
Stop referring to me as the smart person. We're not gonna lie on this fucking show.
So I just wanted to get the facts out there. If you work as a valet driver, That is totally against commercial laws. Totally commercial. And I could have gone to the commission.
Didn't he hire you cash under the table?
No,
and
no, I was getting a check.
But hold on, didn't he hire you to drive a car in and out of parking spots?
Yes.
Okay, so doesn't you crashing said car violate what he asked you to do? Like if you're a
I
waiter,
didn't crash it.
if you're a waiter,
I
hold on.
allegedly,
If you're a waiter
Yes.
and you keep dropping everyone's meal and throwing, you're gonna get fired.
You're mixing the terms here.
You
This is
drop
not
a hot
question of getting fired.
You
or not
drop a
getting
hot pot
fired.
of coffee on the client. You get fired. Allegedly,
So,
I
hold
dropped
on, hold
coffee
on.
on her.
That can be evidenced by the customer. There
Oh,
was
shut
no
the
evidence.
fuck up.
Yeah.
There was evidence. The damage on his car is the evidence.
Did I cause it? Was there a camera that showed that I got into an
But
accident?
you and me and everyone listening, we know you caused
Yeah,
it. You know it too.
Just
You,
be
you
honest.
said it on the show.
Just be honest. I see you getting frustrated and clenching your
Well,
fist.
I'll tell you why.
Just say the
I'll
truth.
tell you why.
Don't you say the truth?
Initially,
Dude,
Pantelis said-
hold on, because I'm getting pissed off right now. This happened how long ago?
18, 17.
18 fucking years ago. What do you have to hide right now? Why can't you just be fucking honest and say the story and we can all fucking laugh together? Why are you gonna hide? I may or may not fucking crash the fucking cars or scratch them.
And Adam,
just
while
say the
we're
fucking truth.
and while we're on the subject, this is kind of what you were describing. Like, let's say if you're a waitress right now or a waiter, this happens to be a waitress, but this is your story.
I saw that video already. I saw it.
Please.
You don't have to run it. I saw it. Yeah, she actually fills in and the guy punch. I seen it. I've
She
seen it.
spilled my coffee.
Just rewatch it.
I'm sorry, sir.
You fucking bitch.
I'll bring you a little coffee. How do you like that?
You wouldn't get away with it here.
So now, Adam, do you understand that this man was justified?
Hold on, I have a question though. Why does that video make him so uncomfortable?
Because look, Adam, I know you see yourself as the
Because
waitress.
it's overdone. No,
Okay.
this would never
No.
happen in real life.
Okay, but you
that's-
see that the man has a point.
Yeah, but we just discussed this.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
let's
fine,
let's
fine.
let's
There's
explore
a
this.
commonality between that video and what my boss did.
Yes.
And I have a good memory. Sorry to say, you even said your boss was as conniving person. Let's just say because that's supposed to be insurance.
100%,
Thank
100%,
you.
100%. But it doesn't change the fact that you still hit those cars.
Okay. I know you're thinking in the back of your mind he's playing games. I am not ready to concede that fact. Somebody. So there's an accident.
Hold on.
I am not ready to concede that.
I am not ready to concede that fact.
So it's
it
a
means
fact.
it is a fact, but you just don't want to admit it. But why are you like this?
Why
What
are you
made you like this?
You know what you need? You need
Jesus
yoga.
fucking Christ, bro.
You need to do yoga.
Yeah. Why are you like this?
Okay. In the eyes of the, let me please use legal
Shut
terms
the
to
fuck up
explain
about the law.
myself.
No, shut the fuck up about the law.
There's this
the
thing called reasonable doubt. I don't think I caused those.
Dude, those are cars
Maybe
18 years ago. The law is no longer involved. Those cars are probably at the fucking. They're probably at the fucking.
scrapyard.
Yeah, the scrapyard.
Okay, fine. Let's just say there's been a slight turnaround in terms of your perception when we first talked about this and your perception now. Pantelis said he didn't appreciate my boss's behavior. Now it's turned down. We're done a total 180. Now it's like it happened 18 years. The principle is still the same 18 years ago or not. I just wanted to address that. And I thought oh boy.
The principle is that what I'm saying
Yeah.
is you still hit those cars, so you see why he was mad.
Okay, fine. How about this? Layman's terms. You had a different opinion back then. You were like, your boss has no right to do this. It's his insurance.
The
that should have-
$600. That's not what we're arguing. What we're arguing is the fact that he was right to be mad at you for crashing those cars.
Oh boy. Well, okay, fine. So if I come forward and say, I suppose I did it.
Yes.
I don't know for sure, but I suppose I did it.
You see why he'd be mad.
Yes.
There we go. That's all we were asking for, Adam.
But
That's all we were asking.
charging an employee $600, as you said yourself, I could have called
Why'd
the
you pay it?
commission.
Why'd you pay it, dickhead?
Because I was afraid I was going to lose my job if I didn't.
Number 3, stay as far away as possible from businesses which entail investments. It is just a very suboptimal milieu for me. There's a lot of businesses where people aren't honest and I can end up getting screwed over.
It's up to you if you want to find the
So
20.
so wait. Stay away from businesses where it requires investing. But isn't that every business ever?
No.
There are-
They deal with investments.
Yeah. You
So-
can join a company without investing it.
Yeah. So like basically, don't join a company where they're like invest with us.
Oh, so as an employee, basically.
The opposite. Yeah. Stay on the employee side. Yeah.
don't
do not
invest in a
venture
company.
into the
What
non-
company did you invest in?
So here's the thing. I gave you 2 examples, right? I was talking about that music guy. That was an investment. I was talking about the certain person that's no longer in my life. Because remember I bumped into him. Those are, good examples. There's been others, but I'd rather not get into it. Okay, I'll give you a third example.
That's part of your.
If you want.
Well, that's part of your problem, Adam. Is that you don't want to get into it. That's part. I've noticed that now actually with the video playing and you saying that part of your problem is not wanting to get into it.
Yeah. Get it right up inside.
I've just realized the problem of your life
No clue
is.
what your logic is. I don't understand
But
your logic.
it makes sense, no? Do you understand where I'm going with this? Is that you just don't want to get into it. As a man, you're supposed to just want to get into it.
like deep into it.
Deep.
But I'm into it as an employee, not as a
No,
not
but
as an
every
investor.
aspect of life, you're just supposed to be like, fuck it. Grab life by the fucking horns and fuck it in the ass.
You gotta
I know
spread
that
life's
expression.
legs apart.
Yes. And you know what you did? You let life get in you. You let life fuck you.
Yeah, you let life come inside you.
Exactly.
It's interesting that this is like what the 10th, 12th, whatever podcast, and now you say this to me. It's interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but it just clicked in my head. Is as a human, forget as a man, as a human being, you're supposed to just wanna
Indulge.
dive right into everything life has to offer, positive and negative. The reason why you are in this situation that you're in, because positive and negative experiences are inevitable in life. The reason why you are in the situation you are in is because you want to avoid negative feelings, negative emotions, negative things that happen. But the thing is,
It's harder said than done. It's easier said than done, right?
what do you mean it's easier said than?
You're gonna have those negative emotions no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. And you're supposed to embrace them as much as the positive ones. It's when you no longer embrace the negative aspects of life where it really starts to become very negative for you. It's almost as if you neglect the negative aspects of life, make it worse for you as a human being. You understand what I mean?
I'd never heard this kind of reasoning
You're
before.
supposed to just dive into it. Fuck it, negative, whatever happens, man. It's life, and you try to steer the boat.
And I should or shouldn't?
What?
Should I or you're telling me I do? I'm saying should I or should I not steer the boat?
No, he's saying you don't.
Oh, and I should. I should make it
Yeah.
my business to want to.
Yeah, to get into it, not steering the boat comes after. You have to get into it to steer the boat.
Exactly.
You're not getting into the boat, is what he's
Right.
saying.
Yeah, you're sitting on the shore and you're just because you're afraid of the storm.
Maybe I have a remote control boat.
You're afraid of what might come with
Or who?
Yeah, you're fearful, and I understand your fear is just, we're all afraid. Adam.
We all are all
So
afraid
look,
of Adam.
this is neither an I agree or I disagree. I've just never heard somebody reason with me this way. That's all. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, that was it. I think that's all. It just I don't know.
Well, Adam, moving on to number 2. Do not tell your employer when you're driving people that you're gonna need to take 2 hours off of your afternoon shift so you can go to a bar and watch the soccer game you placed a bet on. That is actually good
You know what?
advice.
Self-explanatory.
You know what? It's good advice, but I can respect it. He had bets. He
That's
really
what I'm saying.
wanted to watch.
It's good advice. Do not tell your employer that you're gonna do that.
Never mind. Don't tell him. Don't do it.
So you've done that numerous times.
It's a joke. Remember? No, I haven't.
Bro, I'm gonna strangle him to death. P, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
He cannot admit any fault.
Not that one. Other ones.
But this one too, you couldn't admit it.
Because
You have to, what did I just tell you? You have to admit the faults. It hurts. It hurts, yeah, because you're like, fuck, I
you were
was wrong.
talking more about negative emotions than admitting.
Yeah, but that's a
faults.
negative emotion, asshole. It makes you feel negatively. It makes you feel like I'm a piece of shit. It makes you feel guilty. It makes you feel sad. It makes you feel mad because maybe you weren't 100% in the wrong. You know what I mean? But you were still fucking wrong. It's a negative fucking emotion.
I'll go
being
halfway
wrong.
on you. I placed a bet that was going on during the time I was driving, but I didn't go to the bar. So I'll go halfway on you.
I'll go halfway on you.
I'll go full way on your fucking
It's getting
My head, I
juicy
know.
up in here.
on your forehead, on your gigantic forehead.
Number one, when you're working at the warehouse I was working at, unlike my coworker who was fired, do not go into a spot in the corner of the warehouse and fall asleep or masturbate. That could get me into a lot of trouble.
Wait, there's no way he
I did say masturbate. Come on.
wrote that
I'll
for
show
real.
that paper on the air.
All right.
It does not say masturbate.
I believe him.
But you
you.
spelled masturbate wrong.
But why? How do you spell it?
What else?
Stop.
He said FALLASLEEP.
Thank you.
Fall
Fall asleep.
I heard phallusate.
Adam, explain this masturbatory story.
So no, there was a coworker of mine, and I remember, hey, where's so and so? Where's so and so? And I heard he got fired, and I don't remember.
Wait,
how
you
I
had
found-
already gotten fired?
He,
Oh, okay.
my coworker, and he fell asleep. Actually, hey, I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what I heard. He smoked a joint, and he was high, and he fell asleep in the corner, and he got fired.
And then how did you get fired?
We went over it.
Oh, is that the one with the jigger?
No, no.
Whoa.
And listen, I'm.
It's
I'm not racist.
Here's a good
J.
Here's a good example of the idea of erring on the side of caution. What Pantelis told me was very logical and made a lot of sense. Tell your boss on the first day that your mom has issues and that there's something going on in your family and that you can't
What-
come
what
to work.
did
Yeah, there's no reason to lie about stuff like that.
Don't
I
come
ha-
with a letter like I think it was about a week later. Don't do that, or 2 weeks later. Like,
Here's the thing: most employers for stuff like that are very chill, and even the ones that aren't chill will be chill with you because they're afraid to be looked down upon by their colleagues. Like, bro, like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Because we're all humans at the end of the day. Like, I had to leave work for about an hour and a half the other day because I had to go pick up my cat from the vet. He got operated on and shit. And
Okay, I hope.
and the managers were like, yeah, 100% you can leave and come back. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not gonna get paid for the time I'm gone. That's understandable. But most employers are like, especially for stuff like that are like health related. They're like, yeah, go ahead. Don't you agree with me? Or
I will. This is why I'm giving you 100% in agreement to Pantelis. I shot myself in the foot because I came only like a week or two later.
You gotta come when you like.
you gotta come early.
Yeah, you gotta come like at that same time. You can't keep it going for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you guys probably don't blame my boss for doing what he did, right?
because then you
No,
get
I blame him for a lot of other things, but not for doing what he did.
and then if you take 2 weeks to
To come.
you get blue balls. It hurts. It could be a very what's the half? I'm
Number
losing.
one.
Oh, man.
Oh no, that was number one, wasn't it?
A half.
No, this is the half. Yeah, I love the way you wrote this. The half. When working as an Uber driver,
This really happened.
don't use my father's old car and ID that had no winter tires after a snowstorm to drive people. Oh my God, when my car was in the garage because it's against the law. And two, it got me fired from Uber.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, you
There
didn't
was
get
just a snowstorm.
Okay, go ahead.
Customers made complaints like this guy's driving a car. You can't drive a car with winter tires. There had been no snow.
Why did you tell them you had no winter tires?
What do they call it? Freudian slip. I didn't want to, but
Could you imagine just
oh,
winter slip outside? You get to Uber and the guy's like, "Hey, by the way, you're safe even though I have no winter tires and we're slipping."
so there
God
were
damn,
too
why did I
many-
say that?
Yeah. So there were too many reports made of me, and then when I went to the Uber office, they
Why'd
said-
you keep telling people?
No, I think I told one, and the rest kind of figured it out.
How would they figure it out?
What the fuck did you
Okay,
just say?
do you understand?
Through telepathy.
You have a car. Wait. I didn't say anything except that one time. But there was I'm figuring the Uber administration figured. Well, they all made a report about the same thing, and when you told one of them you had no winter tires, so you tell one.
But how
that's
would
enough.
how would the other people make the report?
No.
Were you just slipping and sliding all over the place?
Yes.
Bro, this guy's
You're a public menace.
he's a liability to society. He's just driving people around. Could you
I
imagine?
stopped
Could you imagine
when I
if
thought,
your
you know
mother
what, it's
walks,
getting
if your mother,
bad.
as the viewer, your mother walks into this man's
Oh my God.
Uber, you're like, oh, nice, she took an Uber. She's gonna be safe. She won't be on the buses. You know, she might not get run over. This lunatic is driving people around with not his ID and with no winter tires.
I didn't say not his ID, my father's car.
I asked Adam to send me more souls, so he got in that car at the dead of winter. He faked being his dead father. He faked having winter tires, but he really raped a woman.
You know, this will be a crazy plot twist to Adam's character.
If he's actually like a criminal.
No, he's an agent of destruction.
Adam, you know what you are? You are an agent of destruction.
He's just an agent of destruction, and he doesn't even know it yet himself until he fully steps in to his character.
You love the chaos.
and becomes Hitler. I feel like I could pull it off.
Well, guys, you can draw whatever conclusion you want, but you know what? The company brought me back. So what I did couldn't have been discerned as that bad.
Wait, what company? Uber?
Uber brought me back.
I thought you said you're not allowed to Uber anymore.
Let me explain. I guess you could technically say that I got fired twice.
That was such a good. Let me explain.
I got fired twice for the aforementioned series of events, and because I had a record.
Wait, why'd you get fired the second time?
Listen carefully.
So
they
you-
make you sign a form that says we will do a criminal background check on you, even when you're working. Yeah. And I had that's why they just in the middle of like all of a sudden we're
Because you
turning
became a criminal, they said now this is the second firing.
it doesn't matter what the respective reasons are. Whether it was, how can I put it?
Well, the reason was that you're a criminal.
Yes. One has nothing to do with the other. They fired me the first time, they rehired me. But the second time was out of their hands and this one was within their, you know what I mean? Like discretion. Okay, it's discretionary. You did something you didn't realize. Okay, you did only 4 rides, then I stopped. It's discretionary. You have a criminal record, that's not discretionary. We cannot hire people with records.
But they had already hired you.
Yes, when I didn't have one. But I didn't know this, but while you're working, they still do follow-ups. So it was kind of, you know what I mean?
So
there's a point I was trying to make. I was under the impression that technically speaking, what I did couldn't have been deemed as that bad because it was more of a routine because of the check they couldn't let me continue to drive. I did something wrong with the winter tires, but I got my job back.
But then
Unfortunately, the
you
criminal
lost your
thing-
job because of the criminal thing.
Yes. So just if you want to call it, I don't know if you want to call that your hands being tied. You know, like
Well, your victim had her hands tied. That's why. That's why this happened.
that's funny.
So wait, this all because of the whole fellation scenario.
unfortunately.
Oh shit! So
let me
hold on.
explain.
So the fellation had a lot of backlash on your
Let
life.
me explain, please.
So you're always one fellation away from
Even
your life
though-
being ruined.
Okay,
Yeah.
watch. I'm not a lawyer. I don't work for the courts, but I know that
What?
from the time you got busted to the actual trial, there was maybe it was like 3 years of overlap, right? There was 3 years of time had lapsed from the time I got busted to the time of the trial, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it shows up in the courts the moment you're busted. There's a file not from the time your court date. There's a file on you from the time you get busted.
Even though you have the opportunity to be proven innocent on the fellation
Yeah.
charges, it
is what it
still
is.
what it is.
All this for $40. This is crazy.
Can you, by any chance, sue Uber now that you've been let off the hook and it has been proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that you never fellation a woman?
I doubt it.
We should just play that previous episode to them.
Yeah.
Send it to someone at head office.
Yeah.
Look, the
Be
man.
like, you idiots ruined a man's life and he never fellated.
Do you feel like we could find him a job, just being like a private driver, like for a company?
Him?
Yeah.
You know
Guys,
what?
I'm about to
Adam,
say
can I say
something kind
something
of
to
They
you?
dress him up in a suit.
Even though you do talk about driving, I've never seen him drive. I don't know if he's any good.
I think he drives like a grandpa.
That's actually good. Safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to say something
Do
very
you speed?
relevant. Not often.
Yeah,
remember
that's my bet on him.
guys,
He drives like a grandpa.
Have you ever taken an Uber so you understand how the system works?
Yes, of course we've
Okay.
taken an Uber.
There are comments that riders make, right?
Yeah, 5
this
stars,
This guy is
whatever.
Smell.
funny. Please take this guy if you can. Funniest
Help.
driver I've ever had.
Did you say help already?
Yeah, go on.
funniest driver? I said. Take this guy if you can.
Take this guy if you can, yeah.
You know, so listen,
Marry him.
These the notes speak for themselves. And I remember when I went, I got from the Uber office a little star that says every time you get like a large number, 500 rides, 1,000 rides, and I think mine was 1,000 rides. You get a special star of recognition for 1,000 rides.
Nice. You got one of those.
This is like kindergarten all over again.
Yeah. So what are you getting at? What's the we asked you if you're a good driver.
Okay, I was saying that if there may be people who are listening to this and are in somewhat of a doubt, well, let me tell them that.
Well, that's not answering the question. Are you a good driver so he can try to
Yes.
get you a driver job is what he's asking you.
Yes.
Are you okay driving people and things?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Amazon warehouse.
If you were to drive things and someone told you, don't look at what this is, you have to deliver it, would you do that?
Say that slowly. Somebody asked
If someone
me,
asks you, I need you to deliver this, but don't get fucking nosy because we know you're nosy. You're known as Nosy Adam in the hood. Don't be nosy.
You're giving me this unrealistic scenario.
It's not unrealistic. I need you to deliver a package from point A to point B, but I need you to not look into the package. Just deliver it. Can you do that? Because I've heard rumors of when you did Uber Eats that you were eating some fries and stuff.
No way.
Yes. He
No
said
way
it on the
from-
podcast, yeah.
From who?
Him, he was Uber eating and he's eating some of the
guys
food.
are-
No
Something
way.
else.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I would track him down and stab him in the fucking spleen.
Adam, tell him your story.
You know what? Like
Tell
you guys tell
me!
me. Shut your mouths, guys. That's
No!
bullshit.
No, it's not. You said it on camera.
You have committed a cardinal sin.
Adam, tell him the story.
Which one?
You told me that during Uber Eats once, you got
I
hungry.
never worked for Uber Eats.
There
so
are
that makes
two
no
people.
sense. See, I'm
But you just said you got fired from Uber Eats. Is that what you're saying? This makes it-
Uber
Shut the fuck up.
Drive. Uber Drive,
No.
not Uber Eats.
I'm gonna.
Two different companies.
It is two different companies.
But wait, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Skip the dishes. Whatever the fuck. You fucking
Yeah,
bastard.
sorry, we skipped the dishes. Is
So I
that
applied for them, but I never got the job because I have a criminal record. So all your
Wait,
reasoning-
so who the fuck? I thought it was him that was eating the food. There was someone that told me that they got hungry and ate the food. I always thought it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was him. I'm so sorry that I thought it was him.
No, I did.
No, it wasn't you. Even though it seems something like you would do.
No, 100. No, bro, dude. Honestly, I take that like delivery drivers. Like I see it as like and like kitchen staff. I see it as like a gynecologist, just not as respected. Like you can't touch the goods. You know what I mean? You can't. You have to be professional. No. I'm very strict with that shit. Like when I did Just Eats, bro, I didn't even. Sometimes it smelled good, bro. And as a fat man, but the thing is, I have so much respect for people's food. Like this is somebody's meal that they've been looking forward to the entire day to eat. That they're tired, this and that, and you touch it. No, that's
That's a big
preposterous.
no-no.
No, that's
Big
preposterous. That's preposterous. I steal food from my coworkers. That's different.
Hold on, fuck. I'm trying to figure out who it was. We should get him on the. Was it?
Who was it?
Guido?
Maybe Guido's brother. That sounds like something Guido's
No,
brother
his
would
brother
do.
was never doing Uber Eats.
Oh.
Maybe. Anyways, Adam. So you're saying you're a dependable driver and you will not look at the packages.
Yes.
I mean, if anyone's out there and they want to hire Adam to drive them around or their packages, Adam, what would be a good rate for you to be a personal driver? Like, let's say if I needed you as my driver and you would have to be on call ready to drive me around.
Did you see how he puckered up?
Yeah, $500 a week. Is that enough for you?
I was gonna say about $20 an hour. If it comes to the same.
But he for $22 an hour, he could work at Amazon deliveries.
That's true, but he only likes to drive around one person. He doesn't want to deliver packages.
So
I
you
see where
say.
I see where you're going with this.
There is something interesting about hiring Adam as a driver.
Yeah.
He just drives you around.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a rather interesting remark, which just crossed my mind. I understand that the bottom line in terms of our business is making people laugh. I think I need to switch from a show like this to a show like CJD where people engage in debates because whatever we talk about always has a funny aspect.
I can't believe those words came out of his mouth.
Well,
You want to go to CJAD.
I'm giving you an example or some kind of talk show where
You want to go to
people talk
Sajad? It sounds like a terrorist organization.
It is.
Sajad.
It's a terrorist organization for your mind. Let's talk about why Justin Trudeau's cock tastes so good. It's probably because that's how we exist.
Who brainwashed the children of today? Sajad.
Yes. All kids are gay. That's not weird. That's normal. 2% of the population dictates what 98% does. That's normal behavior.
Are you tired of your action figures? You're gay. You're just one of us.
Adam, have you been arrested for crimes related to extortion? You're probably just gay.
I love how their answer to everything is just you're
trans.
You're a trans. You're gay. I feel like it's gay bashing at this point.
It's just it's something weird.
They're like one level away from being like, fag.
Yes,
you know
yes,
what I mean? It's like one. It's like one step away. It's like they've come full circle.
Yeah, that's it. That's what happened.
Pantelis, even though I know the answer, I can predict it. I wanted you to tell me, have you ever thought of becoming an announcer on Chom FM? Yes, I know you have a job now, but if this job hadn't panned out.
Welcome back to the Intellectual.
Let me tell you something.
It's 5 after 5, and Adam's here to tell us how wonderful it is to figure out at 42 that you're actually transracial. He's really a black man trapped inside a bald white man's body. And now, The Who.
Let me tell you something. I would rather work a corporate job and make money and live comfortably and have a studio in my basement with 8 listeners a week than do something like that. And you could say whatever the fuck you want.
It is now 17
Well, I would
degrees
love to hear what
Celsius
Terry
in
and Ted have to say.
downtown Montreal.
I would love to hear what Terry and Ted have to say.
Terry and Ted are from another time. You can't compare.
You would love to hear what they say, and so would we. That's why they start a podcast, because my boss is here. Don't let them say what they want to say.
Okay.
So they start a podcast to say what they want to say.
Okay,
We'll be
guys,
back
let's
at
be
14
honest.
past the hour.
I know it's none of our business, but these podcasters, these radio hosts get paid big bucks.
No, not in Montreal.
And not anymore.
I have to visit the soup kitchen.
That's funny.
They cut our wages because they mismanaged the whole corporation. Bell Media.
Yeah, sponsored by Bell
Okay,
Media.
here, tell me if my train of thought makes
Yo,
some
one
sense
time,
to
by the way. No, fuck your train of thought. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Say what you were going to say.
you. If these people feel the same way about the organization they work for as you, wouldn't there be a hint that they would be speaking that way? You don't work for
No,
them, so you
because
don't
they
care.
need to keep their job.
And
That's
yeah.
why I can say things because I don't work
see.
there.
They have no other choice.
You need to pay the rent,
They get
Adam.
fired- they
Unlike
get-
you, people don't want to live in a boiler room.
So if they would speak this way about Chom FM, they get fired?
150%. If they think this way, if they just think, if the thought police figure out that they think like this and that they really don't talk like this when they're outside the radio station, they get fired.
Let me guess, you're not going to dish.
Yo, there's a good, and I feel like it hasn't been done, but like a mini show or like a short movie, like a short film, where it's the life of a broadcaster, and it can go either one or two ways.
And he just wants to kill himself?
There's that route that you could take. There's the route of like he's like yeah, and then like as soon as he's off air, he's just like
All right, we're back from the break, and we were just talking with the boys here because that's what the boys do. We were talking about the hit show America's Got Talent. Boy, oh boy, Poseidon, did you see some of that talent last night?